So like my takeaway is, with a partner, you're spending a lot of time with them, make sure that you each invest time to almost like reflect, sit back, maybe read a different book, watch a different show, and come back to the game day.
Right.
So I'm reading the book, and I'm reading about Carlos. You were in retail. You got into business through your sisters, and right away you just took massive action. There was 400 signs that you gave him, and you just in 30 days made it happen. But can you tell us a little bit about that? That's in the book. It inspired the heck out of me, and I think that's what got your attention, right?
What he's referring to is a section of the book that talks a little bit about how I sort of grabbed his attention, right? The section discusses how I came in as a rental agent, didn't really know much about the business, fell in love with the business. But then at some point, I was there for several months, and I really still didn't have his attention despite good performance, because there's such a thing in business as cronyism, right? When you have friends who sort of are in positions because they've been your buddies and you kind of take care of them. And then there's nepotism, right? Which is when you might have family members that are elevated to certain positions, maybe your daddy's son and you're the vice president of the company just because of that. So I had a little bit of that to kind of go through, because he had friends in place, in high places, that I saw were people that were probably never gonna, come down from there. And so that was a challenge. But what ended up happening was there were a couple of opportunities where I sort of grabbed his attention, one of which was a media opportunity. And then from there, he gave me some assignments. And the one that you're referring to is, we wanted to put up like 400 commercial space for rent signs. Maybe you can go to space.
I mean, just to explain it in real estate terms, when you own a brokerage, you own a real estate brokerage, you typically see a for sale sign on a property. So I decided that I not only wanted to do residential, but I wanted to do commercial rentals, storefront, retail spaces, things like that. So again, one of the goals was we want to get 400 commercial space, 400. And I went and bought 400 commercial space for rent signs. And the assignment was to put all 400 signs on the storefront, which meant convincing the landlords to putting the signs up, all within 30 days. So that's a tall order.
Yeah, that's insane.
But think about this. If you opened up a Subway sandwich, right, you're only allowed to put a sign on your storefront. But if you open up a real estate office, you can have signs everywhere. So by putting up 400 signs, that would bring in thousands of referral listings. We would be the go-to source for commercial. So this one task would put us on the map. It's legal guerrilla marketing. So he was tasked with not only convincing 400 landlords.
In a month. It's like 13 a day.
Yes, but also going around with the van and the worker, making sure that all the signs were installed and taking a picture of it.